Hello everybody, how are you today? I'm Chef Rob. We're gonna make a Greek yogurt apple blueberry bread. Perfect for summer, and apples going into fall soon. And I'm gonna make two other quick type dishes that you can use all summer long too. So the first one that I'm gonna do a pineapple. It's called a Brazilian steak pineapple. Okay, this is really good. You have to make this one. My son Chris is doing the filming, so any questions, please put it in there and just say, Chris, ask your dad this, okay? And he will get right to me, all right? Okay, thank you, Kelly from the Bayport-Blue Library and everybody that works there. I don't want to forget anybody, so thank you, everybody. Been going there for 8 years now, unbelievable. A Brazilian steakhouse pineapple. You can do a whole pineapple, just like this. What you would do, cut the top off, shave all the skin off, okay? I'm going to show you something different a little bit. You would coat this with some brown sugar, some cinnamon and sugar, and you put it on a rotisserie over your barbecue without the skin on it. But I'm going to show you a quicker way and something easier that maybe if it's just one or two of you at home that you would do for yourself, okay? First off, I have these kebab sticks here. So what I want to do is first get them soaking into some water, okay? And I want to let them soak for about 10 minutes. That way, when I go out and put it on the barbecue later and have it as a dessert, it's not going to burn on me, okay? Again, this is very, very simple. I'm going to show you it, and then I'm going to give you the recipe for the whole pineapple, okay? And I know your library is going to be putting it out there. So I'm just taking a little bit of sugar. Just going to put that right on the plate right here. A little bit of light brown sugar. And then some cinnamon. I just want very little cinnamon, because you can always add more. So I'm using about a half a teaspoon for just this one here. Okay, so what you want to do, I have the sugar, the brown sugar, and the cinnamon. Take a spoon, fork, if you got gloves, do it like that. Make a little mixture just like this, and it makes a really, really tasty coating. Okay. So, we're going to take this skewer that we're going to pretend was sitting in here for 10 minutes. I soaked it actually earlier, so this way it won't catch on fire on me. I'm going to take some fresh pineapple. This is the golden pineapple. Pretty much that's what you see everywhere now. Put it on this skewer just like this. I have the skewer right till about here. And now I'm just going to put it right here. Toss it into this brown sugar and cinnamon. I just want to get it lightly coated. Some of it will fall off, but it will be fine as long as it has a coating on there. And this, you want to stay outside when you're barbecuing this. If you don't have a barbecue, don't want to do it in the barbecue, you could just roast this in the oven. I would say roast it without this stick, okay? So if you could see how beautiful this looks, now if you just take this and go put it on your grill and leave it there for about a minute like this, another minute, just keep turning it. It will get nice and charred. Something like this will take maybe about four or 5 minutes at the most, but it's so, so delicious. They serve these in the Brazilian steakhouse restaurants. But when you go to a Brazilian steakhouse restaurant, like a Fogo de Chao or Texas de Brazil, that's when they will take the whole pineapple. Again, they peel the pineapple totally, they put it on a rotisserie, and they have it coated in the brown sugar, cinnamon, sugar mixture, okay? And it comes out so good. If you want it to be a little more for a party, you could soak this in some like Fireball whiskey. You could soak this in rum, tequila, okay? A lot of different ways, and then coat it with the brown sugar mixture and put it on the grill, and it's absolutely delicious. You could serve it just, of course, by itself, but a little ice cream on the side of the pineapple, unbelievable, really good. Chris, we have any questions out there?
Nope, don't see any yet.
Okay, so everybody, let me give you the recipe just in case. I did send it to the library, but I sent it later on this afternoon, so it may not have gotten up there. If you were doing a full pineapple, you would do a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of white sugar, and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. And then again, just mix it together. That's if you're coating a whole pineapple, okay? And if you want to cut it down, you're saying, I don't want it too sweet, do a 1/4 sugar, 1/4 brown sugar, and maybe a teaspoon of cinnamon, okay? It's all a preference how sweet you really want it. Okay, go to my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob, and you will see my whole schedule for every day. Tomorrow I am doing the Hot Dog Library at 6:30, and I am going to be doing pasta ECC, which is with chickpeas. It has fresh rosemary in it, and I'm going to take one pasta dish, turn it into 2 different type dinners, and then I'm going to make a swirled blueberry crumb cake ice cream, and that's 6:30 tomorrow at Hot Dog. Okay, so I am going to make something that I have been making for, well, I was a personal chef years ago, and I worked in the restaurants, and I've been making this soup ever since. It's really refreshing for summer. Summer is starting to come to the end. It's still very hot out there, but I know tomorrow it's going to cool off. This is a perfect soup to do. Now, it's called a lemon mango soup. If you just watch what I do, the recipe, again, will be on the website soon, if it's not already. I'm going to put in 2 whole mangoes, all cut up, okay? So I have more than that right here. I'm going to make a small batch, but I'm giving you the full recipe at once. So it is 2 full mangoes, just peeled. Look how juicy and beautiful these are. These are so, so delicious. I'm going to put in, now since they are so sweet, normally it would be a 1/4 cup of sugar, but I only need almost like a tablespoon's worth of sugar because they're already so sweet, okay? I'm going to add some lemon juice and lemon zest to this. Get a zester. When you get one just like this, always get one with a little rubber stopper on it, because then you won't keep slipping as you're using it, okay? I want to move this so Chris can see me. Can you see me there, Chris?
Yep, we're all good.
All right. So you would use the zest of 1 lemon, okay, and the juice of 1 lemon. Put this in the refrigerator. Put this in the refrigerator for a couple hours. Get it very, very cold before you do serve it, because the colder this is, even if you let it till the next day and let all the flavors come together, it will taste fantastic. So using the zest of 1 whole lemon and the juice of 1 whole lemon. And you also have to remember, some lemons are kind of tiny. This one is pretty huge, so I'm not using it all. And then use 1/2 and 1/2 in it. I really recommend the 1/2 and 1/2. Milk kind of thins it out a little too much, and heavy cream, I think, is just too heavy in there. Okay, so if you can go buy one of the small 1/2 and 1/2s if you don't usually buy it. But this recipe is really, really refreshing and delicious. So let me put in the lemon zest in here. Just gonna cut this lemon up. Always bring the lemon to room temperature, so that way you will get the most juice out of it. Just squeeze that all in here. And then I'm going to put 1 1/2 cups of the 1/2 and 1/2. And be really cautious with all the cold ingredients during the summer, so when you go to the supermarket, bring ice packs, bring something, get right home with it, because it will last a lot longer. So 1 1/2 cups of the 1/2 and 1/2. And this has such a really refreshing look to it. And again, it has summer all over it. Okay, from my top right here. Okay, I just need to blend this for a second. I'm just going to turn this on. I won't talk while I'm blending it. Okay. The way I always served this when I was a personal chef or in the restaurants, I always thought a really nice goblet with this was really good. So I recommend you putting it right into here to a nice goblet. It will serve up to 3. I have a few chunks in there, so that really depends on you whether you want to have a little bit of mango chunks in there. If you don't, just puree it a little bit more. And now the way I would garnish this, I would take some fresh blueberries and put a couple blueberries right on top of this. And it's really, really delicious. So I am just gonna leave that over here. Yeah, right there would be good. Anybody out there, any questions, Chris?
No, it's pretty quiet.
Okay. I think we're gonna get some storms soon. I know I got an email on my phone before saying, storms coming out here. I'm in Hampton Bays, so I know you guys are in Bayport-Blue, but it got awfully dark out here quick.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay, so let me make a Greek yogurt blueberry apple bread. Chris says we have a question.
Someone said that looks divine.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for always watching. I
Someone-
can't wait to see you again at the library.
And someone said, wish I had some right now.
Well, I make pretty small batches when I'm doing this now. When you first start and you start doing it, you make a lot. Now I just make very little, but I give you the full recipe as I'm doing it. So this bread you really have to make. See, now a bread, I have to make the whole bread. Okay, I have no choice. So I'm going to do the dry ingredients first. Okay, and if anybody has any questions, please feel free.
Someone said, looks delicious.
Thank you so much. Okay, and yeah, Kelly, I've been working with you since Babylon, and now Bayport-Blue Point, right? So always great, always a pleasure to work with you. I'm gonna do 1.5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. This bread, when it comes out of the oven, you see I'm just making it nice and even here. When this bread comes out of the oven and you cool it, you could keep this for 5 days, okay, without freezing it, anything. That, of course, depends on the humidity in your house, because I know breads at this time of the year can really get away from us. It freezes excellent, though. It's a really nice morning bread, or one of those snack type ones where you cut a little piece off later in the day when you need a little something until dinner. It's really good like that.
Someone said if we were at the library, we would be tasting your delicious recipes.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. You guys, I think your new library is probably underway and you guys are still working on it, right? And I can't wait to see it. You know, I will miss the old library because it was just beautiful. It was like a home there. It was really, really nice in that. But I know you guys have big plans for the new library, and you guys always do probably the most I ever see. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Just level it off nicely like that. And then I'm going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of the baking soda. The way to tell if the baking soda or baking powder is any good, put a little vinegar on it. If it bubbles, it's still good. Now you always want to put salt in your baking because that will bring out the blueberries, the vanilla, all that type, okay? The cinnamon. So 1/2 teaspoon of salt, the regular table salt. And then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. If you are a cinnamon fan, you can go about 1 1/4. So you can go, see how I got it a little higher there? The cinnamon, it's all good like that. Who doesn't like cinnamon, right? and then a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Nutmeg is very strong, so you need a lot less of that. And that I'm gonna keep pretty even there. Baking, always make sure the measurements are really, really exact. If it's a spice and you have a little, like the cinnamon, you want to add a little more, that's always okay. So I just want to take this, always whisk your ingredients really, really well. Okay, great. Now I'm going to go on to the wet ingredients. I am going to add everything but the apple for right now. So I'm going to take my medium bowl right here. I'm going to take a 1/3 cup of the canola oil. You need either canola or the vegetable oil for this. Don't over pour it, just get it right to that line and stop. Important to get the right amount, but also important not to over pour it. Then I need 6 tablespoons of honey. A little trick with the honey, because you know how it kind of sticks to the measuring thing as you're kind of going like this? Just quick spray, and then it will pour out really easy. Do that with molasses as well. So I need 6 of these. So while I am pouring 6 of them, I'm going to tell everybody in September I have a lot of different, I have a stuffed pork tenderloin class coming up. I have a pumpkin pie gelato class. I have a lot of apple type classes that you will really like. I have a German Oktoberfest apple cake that we're going to do. So this is 3. I have to open up my next jar of honey. Now if it ever congeals the honey, just put it in a little warm water and it will loosen right up. Okay. Okay. I need just a little bit more here. And then on Thursday, I am doing the Elwood Public Library, and I'm doing a fusilli pasta. It's the pasta ECC, but then I'm going to do a total different dish instead of the ice cream that I'm doing tomorrow. So if you want to watch that one on Thursday, that's at 6:30 at Elwood. Okay, so this will be number 4. I hope you guys at the library accountant make sure I'm doing it right. And what's really good about this is there's no sugar in this. Honey is the sweetener in this. So that is a good thing. Okay, just mix that around really good. I'm going to put 1 egg in. I took it out about an hour ago. It's a large egg. Bring it to room temperature. Just like that. People at the library always ask me, they say, Chef Rob, how do you crack it with just 1 hand? And I always say, just crack too many in your lifetime and you can do anything with the egg. And that's why I have no idea how many eggs I've gone through. Oh my God. A 1/2 cup of the Greek yogurt. You could use the plain or the vanilla. Either one would be good. Let's mix this around really good. And then we're going to use some of the pure vanilla extract. I want to try this recipe with a little almond extract, because I think a little almond extract on this would be really, really good. So I want a 1/2 and a full teaspoon of the pure. It is coming down in price right now. Nothing terribly, but it's down $5 a bottle at Costco. It used to be $35, now it's $25. It went to $29, then now to $25. So that's pretty good. Okay, let me just mix this up really good. And now I'm just going to peel my apples. Now, usually it'd be 1 really large apple, but these are tiny little ones. These are Fuji apples, but they're really small. So I'm just going to peel these, and then I'm going to shred it. The reason I did the bread, the last thing, is because if I did the bread first and then I showed you the other things that I made, By the time it sat and didn't go into a hot oven, the apple would start giving away its juice and it would become very watery and it would almost feel very wet. And this is a very wet bread to start with, but I don't want it to ever be like where I put the toothpick in there and it always comes out wet. And that's what it would do. It just keeps releasing a lot of juice. So I'm just going to do one more small apple and then I will have a cup's worth. If you wanted to change this a little bit, you could put a little bit of shredded zucchini or shredded carrot in this, and that would work really well too. But again, as soon as you make this batter, it's got to go right into the oven, especially if you're doing zucchini, carrot, and apple. You still want to have 1 cup of the vegetables. You don't want to overdo it, because that will give off a lot of juice. Okay. And if anybody wants to watch me do a red potato and kielbasa skillet, I'm doing that at the Connect Library Friday at 4 o'clock. It's on Zoom, but I believe you are able to go there to watch it, virtually of course. So I am just going to shred this apple. Use this side of the grater right here. Be careful you don't get yourself. You don't want to be eating this later and remember you had an ouch. Well, almost lost it. That was a good reflex. Now we'll start getting the really good apples soon. You know, the local apples, the ones from upstate, those will be really good. Now, when we go into apple season, I always tell everybody at the library whenever we do classes, never buy the apples that are out in the bins outside, okay? And the reason I say that is because during the day, September, even October, you can get some 70-degree days. Apples are supposed to be cold all the time, okay? So they start getting a little mealy, okay, and they start losing some of their crispness and flavor. So go into the store and buy them in there, and you will find a big difference in the apples. A really good apple from upstate New York it's called a Crispin. It's usually a late September, early October apple. It is one of my favorites. So delicious. Sometimes like a Best Market would have that, ShopRite, and like a Meat Farms might have it. Okay, so this is a cup. I'm just gonna put this right in the batter right here. And now I just want to mix all these wet ingredients with the shredded apple. This may be the quietest class we have ever had. Is anybody out there? Well, I know we have somebody out there because somebody asked the one question before, right?
Yes.
But boy, when I go to the library, you guys are always talking to me. You're always coming up asking me questions before the class, during, after, and I love that. Love it. Okay, so I am taking a cup of the blueberries. You can use fresh or frozen. If you are using frozen, keep them frozen until you're ready to mix them in. The reason is you get all that purple juice start running, and then your batter turns purple. It will taste the same, but it will just look very purplish. So I am going to take these blueberries and put them into the flour mixture. And now I'm just going to give that a little toss. I'm just going to take this wood spoon. I want to toss this around really good. Now what this does when you toss the flour around the blueberries, it kind of prevents them from sinking. So this way they kind of go throughout the whole bread and not all at the bottom. Okay, so just like this. And now I'm going to take these wet ingredients, add them into the dry. I just want to fold this batter. I don't want to overmix batter. Whenever you overmix batter, you're going to change the texture. You're going to put this in a 9x5 loaf pan. It's going to cook for about 40 to 50 minutes at a 350 temperature. Okay, so this batter is mixed. As soon as you don't see any flour left, you are done. Oh, look at that. As soon as I said that, I get a little flour on here, so I'm not done. Let me just give this a second. Okay, perfect.
Someone next, do you ever work with gluten-free flour?
I don't. The reason nobody in my home is gluten-free. So, no, I really haven't. And I've had people say to me, why don't you do a class on gluten-free? And I know there's somebody out there that does it, so I figured while somebody else is doing something gluten-free, let them do it, and I would do my thing.
Someone asks, where would we find the recipes?
The recipes should be on the Bayport-Blue Library website. Okay?
I know the one for this bread is posted on there. All you have to do is go on their Facebook page and go into photos, and that'll be the first one there. And also they'll be posting the other one sometime today.
So everybody, what you want to do, take the spray, just give it a quick spray. Never go into all the little corners with this. So I'm going to do this from a distance, if you can see. It's a 9x5 loaf pan. That's how quick you want it, and you never want to see a little puddle in the corner. You just want a very little shine. When you look at the back of this can, it says it has 565 servings, okay? I remember one time, it wasn't at your library, but I was at a different library, and I went through a can of this. I had 40 people, and probably about 25 into the class, they were out of the can. And I went around, and everybody had to take paper towels and kind of pat it out, because the bottom would get your bread really, really greasy. Okay, so a quick spray and you are done.
Someone said, that's okay, I just doctor it up, LOL,
okay.
About the gluten-free flour.
Okay, yep. Okay, so now let me just take this batter, put this into this loaf pan. Make sure that you spread this out really well. And you want it to be really nice and even. If anybody wants to watch a class on Sunday night, and it's on Facebook, my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob, if you go to the Port Jeff Free Library, I'm doing a chicken and vegetable curry dish and the shrimp with curry and lime and coconut. And then I'm doing it over basmati rice. So if you like your curry, really watch that class. Okay, just like this. Get that batter off, kind of drop it down in there. And now this will go into 350 oven. Take a sheet of aluminum foil, and you can either put it up on the rack above, that way it doesn't get too brown too quick. And if you like it a little dark at the end, just pull it away the last few minutes. But don't keep opening and closing the oven, because if you do that, the temperature goes from 350 to 275 to 350, back to 250, and it really can change your product, okay? So you will really enjoy this. This is really good for like a brunch, breakfast, afternoon snack, even late at night when you're having your ice cream, a little piece of this on the side. Cut them into like little croutons and put them on your ice cream, right? Now the other day, Chris and I, we were in 2 different countries virtually. On Friday, we were in Turkey. We were there in Turkey at 12:30, and we made a Turkish bread, and it came out unbelievable. I still have a few loaves left from it, and it's totally coated in sesame seeds, but it had such a really wonderful bite to it, and we enjoyed it. And we were working with somebody there for about 2 hours, and we just had a great time. And then on Sunday, around the same time, 12:30, we were in Hungary, and we did chicken paprikash and dumplings. So we are going to be bringing that to the libraries, and those 2 will probably be early January. I figured bread and then like a chicken paprikash, which is a little hearty, with dumplings, would be perfect during the winter. And then we're going to be doing some more with them. We're going to be doing Hungarian goulash as well. And what we do is we teach them one of our dishes, and then they teach us one of theirs. So we kind of trade, and we learn from each other, and they bring it to their business, I bring theirs to my business. And it's been really fun doing it. We have done Venice, Italy, we've done Rome, tomorrow's dish is from Rome, and we've done Tuscany. I think that's all of them, right, Chris? Did I get it all?
You said Greece, right?
Oh no, I didn't. Santorini, Greece. Yep. We did tomato fritters from there, and then we did a shrimp with feta, tomatoes, and and feta. Yep. And that was really fantastic.
Someone asked if you could use corn oil.
Corn oil for this recipe here?
Yeah.
No, you really need either like a vegetable oil or a canola oil for it to really come out. I know it's one of those oils you rather stay away from, but the baked goods, sometimes you need that certain oil for it. Any questions out there?
Don't see any.
No? Okay. So everybody, thank you for watching. Kelly, thank you for always having me. And like I said, everybody at Bayport-Blue Point, from the patrons, you guys, you always come out in droves. I think it's like one of the smallest libraries with the biggest things. That's how I can explain your library. From the children, the teens, to the adults. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I've done the little preschoolers there, the children, the teens, and the mom and pops, and it's always wonderful. I've been a snowman there. I've been a teddy bear there for the kids. I love doing it. And we're probably going to miss our Super Bowl this year doing that class. But maybe we could do something virtually for the kids, make it fun.
Someone said thank you. Someone else said thank you for teaching us all the tricks. Someone else said thank you. Someone else said thank you for a great class, as usual.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Stay well and have a great night. Enjoy the evening. It's still light out, so go for a quick walk before it rains, unless it's raining by you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.